Let me record it. Sorry. So here I will say just a question, maybe like yes or no questions. Yes slash no questions. Yes or no. That's it. Okay. I'm not going to add this one in the front end, just it's a back end field. I'm going to use it in the flow. Okay. So now let me save this. So before entering the choice, I will go ahead with just choice experience. Save. Because I have to refresh it so that like the field will come in. Otherwise, because we created a field just now. Now if we go to the screen, so at the moment we put a experience. So I don't want this. New resource. Pick list choice set. I would say this is coming from the backend, right? So PCS pick list choice set underscore yes or no, or yeah, we can say experience EXPE experience. So which object? On the employee object. Which, what is the data type? Pick list. You can see here yes or no options. So now what will happen? The yes or no will display over here. Let me show you that. See here, we didn't define the pick list. We didn't define the choice set, but it's coming from the backend. Is that clear? So if you want to get the value from the object, you can fetch from any object. Okay, it's not necessary with the same object. Like you can fetch from any object. Any questions so far?
Yeah, a bit confused, Sampath, on these input.
Yeah, again, this is advanced topic. It's not like admin course, basically, it's advanced topic. But if you know the flow, you can beat the developers. So
Okay.
put a more time like to practice it, like all this. So
No, basically, when you're doing the first name,
yeah,
you have taken some constant on on the bottom. Yeah, on the bottom.
for first name there is no variable because just it's input.
Okay.
Last name it's just a text field. There is no variable, nothing. For email, it's a compound field. Because of that, like we have to give some constant. Why we are giving
So why
the
you have taken that?
yeah, because I will. How do we get the input value? User enter something. How do we get the input values? So user entering the values over here. Let's say I will just go and debug it. So now you are entering the value here. If it's a text field, this value will be stored on this variable itself. In this variable itself, the value will be stored. In this API name itself, whatever you entered, that value will be stored in this API name. But where in case of compound field, this is the compound field, this is the compound field. Where in case of compound field, whatever you entered, it won't store in the API name. It will store in the value field.
Okay.
So now if we enter the, see, how do we display these informations? You simply, I will do one thing, 1 second, yeah, it will be easy. So I am going to have another one more screen, which is just a testing screen. And I will put a like a display field, display text. Please find your info. Sorry. This is, I would say, testing display, any variable name, that's it, display 1. So here we can put please find your info. Please find your entered info. So now if you want to get the choice, right? What choice they selected? Choice experience or choice freshers. So you have to put here like this variable and put another one more variable. Yeah, choice experience, choice fresher. Now, if you need, let's say you selected some value. Now, if you want to get this value, what value you selected? How do you know? How do you get this value? See, these two variable, it won't give any values. It's just a choice. That's it. Now, to get the value, you need to know the API name of this field. What is the API name of this field?
Choice experience, right?
Let me check. So on the screen one, what is the API name?
Please select your preference.
Yeah, UI preference. I will put like this, preference. Okay. Now, if you want output, you ought to put that value over here. So let me show you that. UI underscore preference. UI preference. Come on, it's not pasting. Okay, now if I save this, just debug. So I selected freshers. Next. Home field. So do you select like, yeah. See here it's coming just the values, but this is the right options basically. Whatever you are selecting. So now if I select if I go to the previous screen, if I select experience, see, are you getting? So these two just a choice, but this is the right options for the values. So now in this screen, these two just a experience variable. This is I used a variable, the choice variable. It's by default coming the values, whatever value we define in this, it display. But UI preference is the field which will store the input, selected input. I will say your preference input, your preference. Selected preference. I don't think so we can finish today, but let's see. Yeah. The next one, if you want to get the email, so if I put a UI email, see here, the variable is coming UI input values. But actually, what is the variable name? UI email, right? See here, either you ought to use like this, or you ought to use your variable, the variable which we declared, right? What variable we declared? UI underscore email input value. Is it get populated? No, not it. UI email input values. So If we define this, if we didn't define this variable, you ought to use this value. So just save it. Even like, see, if you want to get confusion, why you need to get a confusions, let me remove this field. No need to use this variable. Just ignore this. Assume like I'm not using any variable over here. Here also I'm not using any variable. Just ignore it. So save. Now, if you want to get that value, what you need to do, you ought to use that variable value. So API name UI underscore email. See here, UI underscore email. Where is that? Already I used it. That's why it's not coming. So phone, then inside that you ought to use the values. Value. So it will populate like this. So the screen 2, assume like I didn't put any values over here. Okay, I'm not entering the variable values here. This value is just empty. Okay, and before that I will go and remove those variable values. Whatever we created 2 variables, I'm going to delete this. I don't want this. So let's remove this. Now this is the first screen. This one you understood, right? Hello?
Yes, Sampath. Yeah.
Here there are 2 choices because I need a choice. That's why I entered like this. Then in the screen, if it's a text field, you can use directly this API name to get the value. Whatever you entered, in order to get the value, you can use directly. But if it's a compound field like this, generally you ought to take the API name. On the API name, you ought to use this value. See, either you can define your own variable and use that variable. If you are not providing it, you ought to use this API name dot value. I will show you. So in this, basically UI underscore email, UI underscore email. See here, value. I will say entered email. So save, debug. So you have to be familiar with this, then only like, yeah. So I would say this will basically like a advanced developer topic, I would say. So in the email, even if you put wrong email, it will throw an error message. It's a default validations. See, to capture the email, instead of using the email component, you can use text field, right? Similar way, you can use one text field. But if you use the text field, you have to put all the validation and everything. But if you use the email component, the format will take automatically validated. Like, yeah. The system will take care of all the formatting things and everything. Yeah. So date of birth, phone number. Yeah. Now if I click next, you will see here. Now the entered value is it's getting. But if you put a variable, simply you can use that variable instead of like selecting. So let's say like instead of selecting UI underscore email dot value, instead of this, if you use the variable value on the field, you can directly use that variable value over here. That is the difference, nothing else. So if you use like a variable over here, if you put a variable here, if you declare it as a variable, if you create a new variable here, simply you can use that variable. That is the difference. Is that okay? Hello?
Yes, Sampath. Yeah.
Okay. The next one is, this is the field, right? Now, I don't want to display this field if it's a fresher. Only experience I want to display field. How do we do that? So here there is a set compound visibility. At what time this field will display? All conditions are met. Here UI choice is equal to experience. UI experience. Sorry. UI preference, right? UI preference is equal to what value? Experience. Or directly you can type experience. EXPRPERIENCE. If UI preference value is equal to this, then display this. So let me save this. Debug. If it's experience, oh my goodness, okay. The value is coming differently. So it's returning like this. Maybe I entered wrong. If I select freshers, still is not coming. Let me run it again. So this field will display all conditions are met. UI preference value is equal to experience. Sorry. Contains, or we can go, oh my goodness. You can type a value, or I'm going to pick it like the choice of experience. Debug now. Okay, so select experience. You can see the questions. Still the questions is coming. Okay, maybe I need to refresh it. No, still the questions are coming. Because I don't want to display these questions. So give me a second. So basically this question will display only if its experience checkbox is checked. So for this, you can select here these conditions. UI preference is equal to UI selected value. Is it a UI preference? Let me check 1 second. UI preference, okay. There is a text field. There, the value is coming as a text, okay.
So
This
Sampath, you can say that UI fresher, not, I mean, like for a fresher, not equal to.
We cannot go for, yeah, we can go for not equal to also. So UI preference is equal to experience. What is the exact value we have to type basically? So EXPERIENCE. Okay. Instead of experience, I will put like contains. Yeah. So say, or maybe like my browser cookies will take sometimes delay. So if I choose pressure, that is good. If I choose experience, still like it's not coming. What value is coming now? I want to check 1 second. Just give me a second. Test.com. We'll copy the values from there. That's it. So this is the value. So copy this. This is the value is coming. Okay. In that variable, we are getting this value. So now go back here. In the conditions, we can put okay. Screen component. Here, what value you are getting? Pick list choice. Screen value UI preference. Okay, UI preference equal to this, then display. Let's see. Debug. experience. No, still is not coming. Maybe this is because of my cookies sometimes. Let me run it again. Still is not coming. Okay, so I will check this and then I will update you, not an issue. So basically, like, yeah.
Sampath, can we give if it is true or
Yeah,
there is
but
a
again,
choice, right?
here it's a condition, right? Like,
Okay.
see, other option is that we can go ahead with the decision. There is an element called a decision. If experience is checked, go ahead with the different screen. We can use like one of the decisions, but I don't want to use decisions. I want to utilize like the same functions. Just give me a second. Like, why it's not taking here? So this is a choice. So this choice will display only if UI preference. What else is there? Contains start with equal to.
Sampath,
Yeah.
why we are using the component visibility, set component visibility on what I mean, like where we have to use this one exactly,
So
like to
now
differentiate.
what is the requirement? Like I want to display this field only if the experience is selected. If it's a pressure, I don't ask this question.
Yeah.
So
at that time,
for that we have to use the set component visibility.
Okay.
This condition, once the condition is satisfied, this component is visible. Otherwise, it won't visible.
So basically, when you're using the radio buttons like yes or no questions, we have to use that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So not only radio button, but again, any scenarios we can use it. But again, if you want to display the field, like if you want to display the field based on other conditions, like other fields, you can go for it. So now I'm wondering, like UI preference is the radio button, and what is the return value for this? So UI preference, that is fine. So let me double confirm that. Is it a UI preference? Yes, we use the same value, UI preference, that's right. So if I go back this, why this field is not displaying? So sorry. So all conditions are met. UI preference radio button is equal to enter the value or search your resources. Basically, this value is good. So it has to check like this value. Run. Maybe if I give a run, let's see. It will work now. Previous. But pressures also still is coming. So the only option is that, give me a 1 minute. What value is coming here? I will put a display text in the top. Just testing one. UI preference. UI preference. Yeah. UI preference. Then we come to know what value we are selecting it. Yeah, it's coming experience. If I select preference, freshers is coming. Okay. Now the value is coming properly. Now while displaying it, there is an issue in this actually. So let me check that. Is it an issue with from our side or okay? Now if I put these conditions, set component visibility, UI underscore preference operator is equal to freshers. Let's see. This is a final try. If it's not working, we'll do it. Okay. No. Still is coming. Okay, I will check this one and what is the issue going on here, and then I will let you know. Let's connect tomorrow. But what I would say, so you guys just go through it, the flow, and just try to play around with the fields, like on the screen component. Try to play around with like all these fields. So tomorrow I will just confirm you like the behavior why is not working. Maybe like if I use here itself, just give me 1 more minute. If I use pick list over here, where is the pick list? Okay, just testing. Testing two. Let's put it here. Here, the choice sets, I will use the same choice sets. Yes or no choice pick, yes, choice sets, done. Now here we will use that options. Always UI underscore preference is equal to experience exp. Okay. Let me see. Maybe like it will work on the same single screen, not like a different screen, I think. Here itself is not working. So yeah. It has to work in the same screen. So conditions. Oh, sorry. We didn't save it. UI preference is equal to EXPRIENCE. EERAENCE. By default, it's not coming. Okay. Now somehow is working. Now I will copy this. I'm thinking like it's an issue in the radio button. Okay, save, debug. What is this? No. Okay, I think like some issue with the radio button. I will check this and then we'll discuss that on tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, Sampath. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll stop today. But in the meantime, what do you guys do? Like go ahead and play around with the screen component and try to drag the fields. And I will just show you the component visibility. Something is going wrong, like the component visibility, or maybe the component visibility will run only on the live environment. Like once if you activate it, then only it will work. But I will check that. I will check that and I will confirm you. Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Fine, Sampath. Yeah. Okay.
Okay then. Yeah. Let's connect tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.